Um, one question I want to ask, and we don't really have this as necessarily a topic already kind of put together, but I do want to ask this. I want to ask my offensive guru over there. All right. Do you think the Bengals are set at offensive line, Logan? Or if it were you, you know what? No, scratch it, because I already know what you would say. Do you think they? Do you think? Do you think the Bengals are set at offensive line? Do you think Jalen Rivers and I quote, what's his name?
Dylan Fairchild.
Dylan Fairchild, the best guard that Georgia had. Do you guys think that they are slotted in as the Bengals' two interior starters this year?
I don't think Jalen Rivers is slotted in anywhere yet. I would expect Dylan Fairchild to be slotted in there. I would hope and feel like Rivers has all the chance in the world to win a job if that's what they allow him to do. But then you have to figure out, as much as we've talked about it throughout the draft process, changing sides of the line, asking guys to change the sides of the line. Jalen Rivers has only played the left side of the line. Yeah. So now if he's going to win the job, you're asking him to win the right guard job, which he could easily do. Very, very, very easily do. I don't want to say he can't because, again, every person moves differently. Everybody reacts to it differently. They're not going to move Dylan Fairchild to the other side of the line, I would imagine, because he was obviously drafted higher. Who knows how that all works out. But if it was me, I would let them – I think at this point you have to let them both almost be the guys, figure out what you got now. That way you can continue to properly assess and figure out what the hell you actually have in these positions. As much as I want them to sign a veteran guard or anybody with skill, I would love that. You double dipped, and I don't necessarily see it. I would love for them both to start. I think it would be beneficial for everybody. I think there's a real argument that they're both the most talented options in there. But then again, it comes up with mainly with Rivers. Bless you. Mainly with Rivers. How does he transition from one side of the line to the other? Are the Bengals expecting that? Are they penciling him in as a left guard, left tackle, swing, backups to over there? Or are they really going to give him a true opportunity to win a right guard spot? Are they going to give him the reps to potentially win the right guard spot? I want both the young guys to play. As much as I may not like one or the other, they both should play. The guard play last year was absolutely atrocious, and there's almost no downside of playing them. And I want them both to play as much as physically possible, assuming they're penciled in at the starters, not because people are getting hurt.
Kevin with you, Logan?
Yeah.
I like what I saw from Jalen Rivers personally.
I like Jalen Rivers a lot.
I like Jalen Rivers.
I like Jalen Rivers a ton.
I even like some of the stuff that I saw from Dylan Fairchild. This whole thing that he's an anchor. I don't know if I'm there yet with him. I think he has for some room to grow. I think his hand placement could be better consistently. But I do see why guys like Matt Miller, even Dane Brugler, why they view him so highly. I'm just curious, what didn't you like, or where areas for improvement are there? Because I think sometimes when we jump on the show and we have a mic in front of us, people think, "Oh, you're a hater. You're this, that, and the third." But you breathe football. You live football. You literally coach it 24/7. Like, what is it about? What is it when you turn on the film and you watch Dylan Fairchild that you didn't like, or created some cause for concern?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, right to the film, I talked about it on draft night, is one of the most glaring things to me. I love Jared Wilson, first and foremost. That was no secret. And Jared Wilson is very good at football. And, when you have Tate Ratledge on one side, the guy not named Tate Ratledge is going to get a ton of help. I mean, you're getting a ton of help from a very good prospect to me in Jared Wilson. Your life's going to be pretty easy. And I think that's what Fairchild did. I think in years past, he's looked a little better. He's done some better things, showed a little bit more signs. But this year specifically, I expect him to be good. He's got an elite center next to him. He's going to get all the help in the world from the center position. His pass blocking grade should be good because he is getting so much help from the center. And that alone just kind of tells you how to feel about him. Not that he's necessarily bad, not that he's a bad player, but he's just clearly worse than the other option of sending help to, which is immediately like a cause for concern. Yes, it was Tate Ratledge. Yes, Tate Ratledge is a good player. Yes, Tate Ratledge could have been drafted by us earlier, however you want to shake it. But just when you are constantly the interior guy getting help, that is I don't want to say a major red flag because there are circumstances and he could very well be the I don't want to say necessarily the outlier, but kind of the outlier. He's not like you think. I don't really think he's much of an anchor. I don't really see how people see that. He's not very powerful. He plays hard. He plays physical. He plays like he wants to be that, I think. But that's not really who he is. And and that's just on the field. That's just on the tape. But then when you have those questions and you don't test athletically is a huge red flag. Like there's not much you can't fully grasp the upside of a person when the tape is up and down. There's plenty of questions from the tape, and then you don't test. He's just not giving you much to like hold on to for hope. That doesn't mean he can't be good. Maybe his pass blocking numbers are maybe more of a true reflection of who he is as a pass blocker. Maybe those reps by Jared Wilson helping all the time aren't fully what's holding this number so high, but it's very hard to isolate the true clean pass blocking reps that he gets. And maybe in those, if that was easier to isolate by the film community, by the community, draft community in general, he would be higher. Maybe he'd be lower. But I don't know. There's just so many questions about Fairchild that start to add up for me